And all of y'all people that go to the polls, whether you're informed or not, if y'all vote that this is what we gonna do as far as abortion and women's reproductive rights, then that's the state level. They don't want to be involved in it. They believe in less government. That's a lie that they tell you.
I think that is
because y'all want to abort babies.
No, it's not that we want to abort babies. No, we want to have access.
Do you understand that they want to prosecute doctors for saving lives from ectopic pregnancies and the things that we do go through? Like, so now if you save this woman's life, you go to jail. So let her die.
I don't know about
that. But it's happening in Louisiana.
That's the truth, though.
That's an abortion. It's a deal.
What do you have to say?
I wanted to say, okay, with the whole abortion thing, it blew my mind when I found out why they're so against it. So if you look at the numbers on how many women abort their fetuses, the mass majority of women who have abortions are white women.
Yes.
What's starting to happen is the African-American community, well, not just African-Americans, other races are starting to outnumber people of color.
Yes.
So now in that situation, there is causing them to say no more abortions because if y'all not having babies, we can't grow as a people.
Correct.
And it might sound shady, it might sound crazy, and no offense to nobody because I know we have a mixed audience, but truth is truth, and that's what it is. More Caucasian women have abortions. When they don't have their babies, they cannot populate. Then you have mixed breeding with the white people and the black people, stuff that they don't want to happen. So when you think that, oh, it has something to do with, oh, you shouldn't do it, that's not what it's about at the end of the day. It's the fact that they want their population, they want their own race to grow. They don't want us to take over.
I'm amazed that y'all are fighting because they are literally controlling their emotions over something that you can control yourself.
Yeah,
it's over. No. Hold on.
That's not the only.
Hold on. Y'all got over 100 different forms of contraception.
That's true.
But they're trying to take them.
I have never.
They're trying to take that.
No, listen,
they're trying to take it.
They're not. Listen,
they're trying to take birth control. They're trying to take all of that.
The biggest form of contraception that you have is whether or not you want to open up your legs in the first place.
As a
listen. I don't need. I have never in my life have I ever needed the federal government to determine whether or not I was going to have a child out of wedlock. Not one time. That's an exception. That's not the majority.
That's not an exception.
No.
She can get raped and still be forced to have her
Well,
child.
then she need better parents to govern her.
She can't. The fact she got off the bus
rape is not something. No, rape and incest is not something that they disagree with on the Democratic side or the Republican side. That's an extreme. We talking to the majority.
Aretha Franklin.
I have never in my life, since I was a little kid, since I first started having sex, ever worried about having a kid.
You started having sex when you was a little kid?
I ain't gonna go into that. Since I was young,
tell your story.
I have never worried about the federal government trying to control whether or not I had a kid out of wedlock.
So wait,
that's not an issue for me.
Hold on, let's reset. From what I have seen in my research, they're also trying to control contraceptives and birth control. For someone like myself, let me get my whole thought out. For someone like myself who is not trying to, I'm on birth control, not to prevent having pregnant, well, yeah, for sure to prevent pregnancy, because that one and done is for show, okay? But also because it's like a hormonal therapy for me. With me having fibroids and cysts, they put me on birth control to help balance out what I go through. And since I've been on birth control, I have felt so much better, especially during my cycle. Sorry, TMI guys, but it is what it is. Women that experience things like fibroids and cysts, when we get on birth control, it literally is a life changer. I was spending 50% of my month. Yes, especially in Black women. I was spending 50% of my month in the bed sick. When I say in the bed sick, I mean literally cannot move, migraines. My friends are literally like, are you dying? Are you okay? You feel me? Like that was really going on. So for me now to see that, okay, let's say they don't want to necessarily control everything and they want to put it at a state level, but even the option of me knowing that they possibly want to take this birth control away from me, and I know what that's going to do to my body and how I'm going to feel and how my body will react to that, that's scary.
I've never seen a Republican candidate,
scary.
especially Trump himself. I have not seen him say anything about removing any medication as far as what it is that he's doing.
Listen to JD Vance a little bit more. He gonna tell you everything you need to hear. Okay, but you know what? You see how worked up everybody just got in this conversation? Y'all see how that went? My real question is, why do we care so much as individuals who someone's voting for? Why do we get so passionate when someone's opinion goes a different way and whatnot? Why do we get so stirred up?
I don't think it's necessarily that I'm stirred up around it, because somebody's opinion is their opinion. Like I had somebody on Facebook tell me like, oh, you gonna block me because I don't agree? No, I'm not gonna block you because
I am.
I'm not gonna block you You're entitled to your
You can't be like that, though.
And everybody's not gonna think the way that I think. The way you run your household, brother, is not the way that I run mine. Or I ain't even gonna say the way I run mine. I'm not married. I'm single right now, so I am running my household.
Gotcha.
But the way you run your household is not the way that when I was married, the way we ran ours. We have a difference in opinions. I'm okay with that. So getting worked up about it, it's just I think people are passionate about what's important to them.
Yeah. And see,
you know what I mean?
I'm a firm believer in lying. Like I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear, but when I go to that polls, it's just me and that.
Oh, you said you a Republican?
Huh? I'm a liar. First,
I'm a liar.
When's your birthday?
Huh?
When's your birthday?
That's truthful, but
15th.
Oh, he a liar for sure.
Look, the crazy thing about that was a lie.
So when your birthday?
In December 18th.
It's still a Sagittarius Capricorn. You still a liar.
But like at the end of the day, like this is why this politician, because I lied till I got married to my wife. Like I just lied. And then once I got the ring, we locked in. And you can't change it. So once I get in that poll, Kamala, Trump, it don't matter. I'm gonna tell you whatever you want to hear.
oh man.
This nigga act like Woody off YSL.
Hey, no, the crazy thing, listen, the ironic part about all of that is the politicians doing the same thing.
They absolutely are.
Yeah.
They absolutely
Until
are.
they get into office.
Can we talk
I
about?
could be y'all next president.
You gotta cut your beard a little bit.
Lying like a mother.
Whole campaign ran on the line.
Can we talk about why we get so worked up about the presidential election, but we don't be giving AF about the local elections? The elections.
No,
that really
that's
count?
true. Because when she was saying that she's just now getting into politics, that bothered me because let's just say, for example, you don't necessarily care what happens from the national, on the national election.
Mm-hmm.
But the millages that happens inside of your city that determines the community college's funding, right?
And your tax rate.
Your tax rate. It's a lot. Most people don't know who their city council person is.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't know who the person that's representing them in Congress, right? And we don't participate on a local level, which is way more important. And if you look at any urban community, regardless of what side of the fence that you on, the participation rate is low. And even the people that go out there, a lot of times we got to mobilize them to vote.
Yeah.
And so because they expect for y'all to vote a certain way, they don't have to try or offer y'all anything.
Well, can I
And
say
so
something?
y'all not participating in the process. And the reason why people get passionate about the fact that people aren't participating is because this is one of the rare instances. No, this is one of the rare instances where what you do affect me.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So people will complain about it, but they won't
wait a second.
participate.
Honestly, for me, it was how I grew up. And I know that I went through that in my community. I went to my cousin's house, my friend's house, my grandma's house, and it was the same thing. You get what I'm saying? When it was time to vote, it was that long paper that had Republican, Democratic side on there, right? To be honest with you, if you said you was a Democratic and your president was at the top, oh, I'm voting for everybody on this side. Oh, if this your
That's what
president,
they
I'm
bank
voting
on.
for everybody on this side.
That's
when they send them
crazy.
things to your houses. I went with my mama to go vote. Still didn't know what she was voting about and what was going on.